From all this superficial analysis that we've been doing, Vikram Chandra has been looking at the numbers and gone into the issues in a little more depth. Let's go across to you, Vikram, and could you explain to us things that we haven't seen? Because you understand figures much better.
You've seen everything, and you've seen it a lot earlier than anyone else did. But I think it's interesting to take a look at why and how this has become such a massive landslide. You know, polls, everyone else was saying 280, 290. It's got to 330, 340. And that's because I think when you zoom into state after state, the extent of the landslide in these states has been almost unprecedented. So if you take a look, this is a country, right? So it was all saffron. But look at UP, it's 70. There was that vote gap, 40 to 24, 25 that everyone saw. But what that's translated into is 70 seats for the BJP, 7 for the Samajwadi Party. So that vote share gap in terms of seats has been unprecedented. 70 seats for the BJP. No one would have really believed it just 2 or 3 months back. Congress all the way down to 3. But moving from Uttar Pradesh, let's take a look at some of the other states. That same story is repeated in state after state. Take a look at Bihar. It's 28. Okay, that to some extent was predicted and was anticipated. The RJD at 9, JDU way back at 3. But if you look at the landslide that's taken place in other states, whether it's Maharashtra, whether it's Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, unprecedented. Now look at Maharashtra, Pranoy. It's absolutely saffron, and maybe Dorab can tell us whether we have ever had a situation like this, where the BJP and the Shiv Sena, they have 3 other smaller allies as well. But between them, they've got 44 seats out of 48. 44 out of 48, I don't think that's ever happened in Maharashtra, and maybe Dorab would confirm. Gujarat, it was 26 out of 26 right now. Look at Madhya Pradesh. Again, that vote share gap has translated into an unprecedented number of seats, 27 out of 29. Again, I think that's reasonably historic. Rajasthan, if you were to take a look at, I think you'll see a similar picture. Gujarat, as I was talking just a short while back, 26 out of 26, not a single seat there for the Congress party. So the point, Pranoy, is really decisive mandates in every single state. And that's the story of the general election, if you ask me. Every state has voted in a really decisive manner. Rajasthan, some people were wondering whether it was going to be close. Look at that, 24-1. And I think that one may well be just one Singh. So, you know, we'll have to take a look at that. If that's him, it could have been 25 out of 25 out here. Just want to quickly go to some of the other, if you take a look at Telangana, Pranoy, that theory of decisive mandates in every individual area and every individual state, somewhat being backed by that as well. 10 for the TRS. In Tamil Nadu, if you take a look at it again, AIADMK 1. So every state seems to have voted in a really decisive manner. Perhaps you can just quickly skate through some of the interesting discussions that are still left, essentially around personalities. And many interesting personality battles, of course, are still being fought. Arun Jaitley, Amarinder Singh still happening in Amritsar. That could be a tricky battle. Right now, Amarinder Singh is leading. Arun Jaitley is trailing. Let's see where that finally ends up. Other battles, we've already heard Narendra Modi, of course, has won in both of his seats. If we can quickly take you to Uttar Pradesh and some of the other things. So Narendra Modi has won in Varanasi, which means that Mr. Kejriwal, of course, has lost out there, as has Mr. Rai. Perhaps the only pieces of good news for the Gandhi family today would be coming from their pocket boroughs. If you really look at it, Rahul Gandhi leading right now in Amethi, Sonia Gandhi also leading, and Smriti Irani correspondingly is obviously trailing in Amethi, and Sonia Gandhi leading there in Raebareli. But those are small pockets of good news in what has otherwise been a really bad day for the Congress. Historic lows, and I think, Pranoy, something else we may want to start discussing is whether there's going to be a leader of the opposition now with the number of seats that the Congress has got. Below 55, I don't know what the status of leader of opposition is going to be.
Yeah, it's anything. By the way, thanks very much. That was really very clear and brilliantly done.